Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 chilling tales from Texas. From horrifying crimes to supernatural encounters, these stories will send shivers down your spine. The Lone Star State, known for its wide-open spaces and independent spirit, also harbors a darker side, a history steeped in both triumph and tragedy. Tonight we delve into the unsettling events that have left an indelible mark on the Texan landscape and psyche, stories that will make you question everything you thought you knew. So, hold on tight as we journey through the heart of Texas, exploring the mysteries and horrors that lie within. Dallas, Texas, a sprawling metropolis shimmering under the hot Texas sun. But in the shadows, a darkness lurked. It was a December day in 1990 when the body of Mary Lou Pratt was found discarded in a field, her eyes eerily missing. The brutality of the crime sent shockwaves through the city. Who could commit such a horrific act, and what sinister motive lay behind the removal of her eyes? As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a string of chilling similarities, linking Pratt's murder to two others. Both women found posed, their eyes surgically removed. The hunt was on for a cunning killer with a macabre fascination with eyes. The media dubbed him the Eyeball Killer, a name that sent chills down the spines of Dallas residents. Days turned into weeks as fear gripped the city. Then a tip led police to Charles Albright, a seemingly mild-mannered man with a hidden past. Albright, it turned out, had a disturbing history of violence against women and a peculiar obsession with taxidermy, a skill that involved meticulous eye removal. Could this be the connection? Had investigators finally found the monster responsible for these heinous acts?
The media called me the Eyeball Killer, but they didn't know the half of it. My obsession with eyes, it was more than just a hobby. It was a compulsion, something that drove me to the brink.
Charles Albright, a name that still haunts the city of Dallas. The man behind the mask of normalcy, hiding a sinister secret. Nestled in the heart of Victoria, Texas, stands the Black Swan Inn, a stately Victorian mansion with a haunting secret. Built in 1867, the inn has borne witness to over a century of life, love, and tragedy. But it's the whispers of the dead that echo through its halls, drawing paranormal investigators and curious visitors alike. Guests have reported strange noises, unexplained cold drafts, and the feeling of being watched. Some even claim to have encountered apparitions within the inn's walls. One of the most well-known stories involves a young girl named Sarah, who drowned in the nearby river. Her laughter, some say, can still be heard echoing through the halls.
I've owned the Black Swan Inn for years, and I can tell you there's something otherworldly about this place. The stories, the encounters, they make you believe in the impossible.
Another resident ghost is thought to be that of a former owner, Captain Grant, who tragically lost his wife and child to yellow fever. He's said to roam the halls, his heart heavy with sorrow. But perhaps the most unsettling presence is that of a shadowy figure, often seen lurking in the inn's basement. Some believe it to be the spirit of a former slave who met an untimely end. The Black Swan Inn stands as a testament to the enduring power of the past, a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems to thin. Is it merely the creaking of an old house, or are these stories evidence of something more sinister lurking within its walls? One thing is for certain, the Black Swan Inn remains a place of mystery and intrigue.
Every creak, every whisper, it makes you wonder, are we truly alone here? Or are we sharing this space with echoes of the past?
It was a day like any other in Waco, Texas, May 11th, 1953. Spring was in the air, and the people went about their days unaware of the looming darkness on the horizon. Few could have predicted the fury that nature had in store, the sheer, raw power of the storm that would etch this day into the annals of history.
A monstrous tornado, a swirling vortex of destruction, ripped through the heart of the city. Buildings crumbled, homes were reduced to rubble, and the streets became a tangled mess of debris and despair. It was a scene of unimaginable chaos, a stark reminder of the capricious nature of fate and the terrible toll that nature's wrath can exact.
The aftermath of the Waco tornado was nothing short of apocalyptic. The storm, an F5 on the Fujita scale, the most powerful category, cut a 16-mile path of devastation through the city. 114 souls were lost in the blink of an eye, their lives tragically cut short by the unforgiving winds. Over 500 people were injured, many severely, their bodies bearing the scars of that fateful day.
The recovery effort was long and arduous, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable loss. The scars of that day, both physical and emotional, would linger for generations. The Waco tornado stands as a chilling reminder of the destructive power of nature and the importance of preparedness in the face of the unpredictable.
Killeen, Texas, October 16, 1991. A bustling Wednesday afternoon at Luby's Cafeteria, a popular local eatery. Families and friends gathered, sharing meals and laughter, completely unaware of the darkness that was about to descend upon them. Among them, a seemingly ordinary man, George Hennard, nursed a simmering rage, a toxic cocktail of anger and resentment that would soon explode with horrifying consequences. In a terrifying instant, the normalcy of that day was shattered. Hennard, driving his pickup truck through the front window of the restaurant, emerged armed and ready to unleash his fury. What unfolded next was a scene of unimaginable horror, a senseless act of violence that left an entire community reeling in shock and disbelief. Hennard, armed with a Glock 17 handgun and a Ruger P89, stalked through the crowded restaurant, firing indiscriminately at innocent diners. Panic erupted as people scrambled for cover, desperate to escape the hail of bullets. 23 people lost their lives that day, their meals cut short by an act of senseless violence. Another 20 were injured, bearing physical and emotional scars that would last a lifetime. The Lus Massacre sent shockwaves across the nation, its echoes reverberating through the halls of power and sparking a national conversation about gun control. It remains one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history, a chilling reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred and the urgent need for measures to prevent such tragedies from happening again. Arlington, Texas, January 13th, 1996. 9-year-old Amber Hagerman, a bright and cheerful child, set off on her purple bicycle to enjoy the afternoon with her brother. It was a day like any other, filled with the simple joys of childhood, unaware of the sinister turn fate had in store.
As Amber rode through the parking lot of an abandoned grocery store, a chilling scene unfolded, one that would forever alter the course of her family's life and spark a nationwide movement. A witness, a man working in his yard nearby, noticed a disturbing sight: a young girl struggling against a man who forced her into his pickup truck.
Despite a frantic search and the best efforts of law enforcement, Amber's disappearance remained a mystery for 4 agonizing days. Then, on January 17th, her small body was found in a creek bed just a few miles from where she was last seen. The news of Amber's tragic fate sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, igniting a firestorm of grief and outrage. It also sparked a movement, a collective desire to prevent such tragedies from happening again.
Out of the ashes of this tragedy, the Amber Alert System was born. Named in Amber's memory, this system, now implemented nationwide, utilizes a rapid notification system to alert the public to child abductions. Though nothing can bring Amber back, her legacy lives on, a beacon of hope that continues to save lives and offer a glimmer of light in the face of unimaginable darkness.
The year was 1993. A small religious group known as the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh, found themselves at the center of a storm. Tucked away in their Mount Carmel center near Waco, Texas, they believed the apocalypse was upon them. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms decided to act. They obtained a search warrant for the compound, but the element of surprise was lost. The stage was set for a confrontation that would grip the nation. On February 28, 1993, ATF agents stormed the Mount Carmel Center. Gunfire erupted and a fierce gun battle ensued. 4 ATF agents and 6 Branch Davidians were killed. The siege had begun. For 51 days, the world watched in disbelief. The FBI took over, employing negotiation tactics. The events of April 19, 1993 would forever be etched in history. The siege was about to take an even darker turn. The year is 1900. Galveston, Texas, a bustling port city on the Gulf Coast, basks in the warmth of a late summer day. Its residents, unaware of the meteorological monster brewing in the Atlantic, go about their daily lives. The gentle sea breeze carries with it the scent of salt air and the promise of prosperity, but out at sea, a storm is gathering strength. A hurricane, its swirling eye holding unimaginable power, is on a collision course with the unsuspecting city. Weather forecasting is in its infancy, and the people of Galveston have no warning of the impending disaster. The storm, a Category 4 hurricane with winds estimated at 145 miles per hour, slams into Galveston on September 8, 1900. The impact is catastrophic. A 15-foot storm surge engulfs the island city, swallowing homes, businesses, and lives in its relentless fury. The hurricane, one of the deadliest natural disasters in U.S. history, leaves an indelible scar on Galveston. The death toll is staggering, estimated between 6,000 and 8,000 souls lost in the blink of an eye. The once vibrant city is reduced to rubble, a testament to the raw power of nature. In the aftermath of the storm, a profound silence hangs over Galveston. The air, thick with the stench of death and decay, is punctuated by the cries of survivors searching for loved ones amidst the debris. The scale of the devastation is almost incomprehensible. The nation mourns the loss of Galveston. Relief efforts, spearheaded by Clara Barton and the American Red Cross, pour into the devastated city. The task ahead is daunting: to rebuild not just a city, but also the shattered lives of its residents. From the ashes of tragedy, a spirit of resilience emerges. The people of Galveston, bound by shared loss and a determination to rebuild, roll up their sleeves and get to work. The rebuilding process is slow, arduous, and emotionally draining, but they refuse to be defeated. The Galveston hurricane serves as a stark reminder of the awesome power of nature and the importance of preparedness. The lessons learned from this catastrophic event would shape disaster response protocols for decades to come. March 18, 1937, began like any other spring day in New London, Texas. The small town, nestled in the heart of the East Texas oil field, was abuzz with activity. At the New London School, students and teachers gathered for an otherwise unremarkable Thursday afternoon. Natural gas, seeping from a leaking pipeline, had been silently accumulating beneath the schoolhouse. A spark ignited the gas, triggering a catastrophic explosion that ripped through the school. The force of the blast shook the ground for miles around. The death toll was staggering, a horrific testament to the devastating power of the blast. The nation mourned with New London, and the tragedy led to safety reforms, including the odorization of natural gas. It is a story of unimaginable loss, but also one of resilience as the community found the strength to rebuild. From the heart-wrenching to the hair-raising, Texas never fails to deliver a gripping tale. And in San Antonio, a legend persists, passed down through generations, whispering of a tragedy averted by unseen hands. It's a story of a train, a group of children, and a fateful encounter at a railroad crossing. As the story goes, a school bus full of children stalled on these very tracks, the deafening rumble of an oncoming train growing closer by the second. Panic surged through the bus, the children's innocent laughter replaced by screams of terror. But then, something inexplicable happened. Something, or someone, intervened. The train screeched to a halt just inches from the stranded bus. The children and the teachers spared from a horrific fate. When asked what had happened, the engineer claimed that a group of children had appeared on the tracks, waving their arms frantically, urging him to stop. But when the rescuers arrived, there were no children to be found, only the faint echoes of laughter carried on the wind. To this day, the legend of the ghost children of San Antonio continues to captivate and mystify. Some dismiss it as folklore, a cautionary tale spun to keep children away from the tracks. But others believe, clinging to the hope that even in death, innocence finds a way to protect. The railroad crossing, now a place of pilgrimage for those seeking answers, stands as a chilling reminder of the tragedy that never was. Visitors leave behind toys and flowers, tokens of gratitude for the spectral guardians said to watch over the tracks. Is it merely superstition? Or could it be that the echoes of a tragedy averted linger on, a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice? In the heart of San Antonio, the line between fact and folklore blurs, leaving us to ponder the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. And as the sun sets on the railroad crossing, casting long shadows across the tracks, one can't help but feel a shiver down the spine, wondering if the whispers on the wind are just the wind, or something more. From the spectral streets of San Antonio, we journey to the unsettling suburbs of Houston, where a sinister secret festered beneath a veneer of normalcy. This is the story of Dean Call, the Candyman, a name that would forever be etched in the annals of Texas's most horrifying crimes. Call, a seemingly unremarkable man, blended seamlessly into the backdrop of everyday life, but beneath the surface, a darkness lurked, a depravity that would shock even the most hardened investigators. His weapon of choice, a disarming smile and a van full of candy, a lure that proved irresistible to the unsuspecting youth of Houston. Between 1970 and 1973, Call, along with two teenage accomplices, embarked on a horrific killing spree that would claim the lives of at least 28 young boys, making it one of the worst cases of serial murder in U.S. history. Their modus operandi was chillingly simple: lure, torture, kill. The victims, all boys aged 13 to 20, were lured to Call's various residences with the promise of parties, drugs, and money. Once inside, they were trapped, subjected to unimaginable horrors, their youthful innocence extinguished in the most brutal of ways. The full extent of Call's depravity would only be revealed after one of his accomplices, a troubled teenager named Elmer Wayne Henley, turned on him, shooting Call in self-defense. Henley's confession sent shockwaves through Houston and beyond, as the gruesome details of the Candyman's crimes came to light. Investigators descended upon Call's last known residence, a nondescript boat shed where they unearthed a scene of unimaginable horror. The walls were stained with the blood of countless victims, their bodies buried beneath the floorboards, wrapped in plastic, their youthful faces frozen in eternal screams. The discovery sent a collective shudder through the nation. How could such evil have flourished undetected for so long? How could a man like Call, hiding in plain sight, have committed such unspeakable acts? The Candyman case would forever haunt the city of Houston, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of innocence and the monsters that walk among us, their true faces hidden behind masks of normalcy. And so we come to the end of our journey through some of Texas's most chilling and tragic tales. From the ghostly legends of San Antonio to the heartbreaking realities of Houston, we've explored the darker side of the Lone Star State, uncovering the stories that continue to fascinate and frighten. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of Texas's most chilling tales. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more spine-tingling stories. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.